In terms of the best areas to prioritize, I think you always want to look at what has the highest overall rent and then what also has the fastest rent growth. And the combination of those two means it's a good market because you're locked in at a high number to begin with, and then it's growing at a high number. That feels like a smart investment to me. So, a couple of the heavy hitters that stand out: New York, SF, Boston, Miami, San Jose. Those are all north of 3,000 for the rent there. So, I think that's pretty powerful. And then on the rent growth side, it's a different mix of cities: Washington, Richmond, Detroit, Cleveland, Louisville, et cetera, growing up to 3.5%. So there's not too much overlap there, but if you dive a little deeper, there's some areas that stand out, and it makes me bullish on these areas in particular. So if you see San Jose in particular, which represents kind of the South Bay and whatnot, that's one of the higher rents. It's number 5 overall, and it's also number 7 on growth at 3%. So to me, it's a high rental market with high growth. That's why personally I'm buying a ton of stuff in this area. I'm located in the Bay. Of course, I'm biased, but very bullish on it. That's because it has high rent and high growth overall. Another one that stands out is Boston. You can see Boston's at 3rd overall in rent, and then also pretty healthy growth rate at 2.9%, just a couple below San Jose. So I think that makes it a good market. Another one that stands out to me is Washington, D.C. This one's a pretty hot one, as we'll see from some data, but this is at maybe top 10 rent all time, which is pretty solid. And then the growth is 3.5%. So that's why it's another good market to look at, in my opinion. And then finally, we see also SF around 3,300 with some tepid rent growth. New York, interestingly, is up there, but because of rent control, it has smaller rent growth. So I think these are all good areas to target. For the Bay Area, I think it speaks to the AI boom overall and there being a good opportunity in some of these markets. So I think it's a great time to dive in. In summary, I think the Bay Area, Boston, New York, DC, those stand out the most to me based on these metrics off the bat.